If the Earth were to restart, would life still appear? If you were there 4.5 billion years ago, you would see a world of magma more hellish than hell. How could life possibly be born here? But the universe by chance made Earth an exception. What went wrong? Who tampered with it? Or was it simply an accident? Hello Earthlings, welcome to Old Moss Lullaby Universe. Next you will witness an epic accident spanning 4.5 billion years. If you were standing on Earth at that time, there would be no blue sky and white clouds. Only a molten ball with a temperature exceeding 1,200 degrees Celsius. The air would be filled with suffocating poisonous gases. It would be a miracle for life to survive even a second here. But it was precisely this breaking bad of the universe that eventually gave birth to you and me. Today I will take you back 4.5 billion years to see firsthand how Earth went from hell mode to successfully emerge and give birth to humanity. Let's rewind time to 5 billion years ago. At that time Earth hadn't even cast a shadow. There was only the newly born sun and cosmic dust dancing in the sky. You would never have imagined that a complex planet like Earth was initially formed by gravity sticking rocks and dust together. After sticking for millions of years, a ball of rock finally took shape. 4.54 billion years ago, Earth officially online. But this newbie village map would deter all players. Welcome to New Earth. Here lies an ocean of liquid rock exceeding 1,200 degrees Celsius. No solid ground, no oxygen, and a continuous bombardment of meteorites included. The more exciting part is yet to come. A planet the size of Mars is traveling at 15 kilometers per second, 20 times faster than a bullet, heading straight for Earth. This collision can be called the most tragic car accident scene in the solar system. Earth was directly cracked open. Trillions of tons of debris were blasted into space. But the magic of the universe lies in that destruction itself is creation. Those blasted fragments, under the influence of gravity, re-aggregated within a mere 1,000 years orbiting Earth. The moon thus was accidentally born. At that time the moon was only over 20,000 kilometers away from us, appearing incredibly large. This impact also made Earth spin like a crazy top, spinning rapidly. A day at that time was only 6 hours long. Fast forward to 3.9 billion years ago, Earth was still continuously bombarded by meteor showers. But this time the bombardment brought not destruction, but the ultimate code of life: water. Inside those impacting meteorites, scientists discovered tiny salt crystals and water molecules. Over a period of more than 20 million years, these cosmic delivery men continuously delivered their goods. Countless water droplets gathered, forming the first puddles on Earth, the first oceans. Every sip of water we drink today is billions of years old. They have all traveled millions of kilometers through space, delivered by meteorites. When Earth finally had water, the script for life truly began its first page. But don't rush. Early Earth was still a training ground in mad dog mode. Superstorms, giant tides kilometers high for life to be born here. It still had to pass through the next round of even harsher elimination. When Earth acquired oceans, the stage for life was set. Volcanoes erupted continuously underwater. Islands formed as lava cooled. They would become the first building blocks of future continents. But the real miracle happened 3.8 billion years ago. Those meteorites that continuously bombarded Earth. This time they brought not water, but a more precious gift. The building blocks of life. Carbon amino acids. These fundamental units of life were delivered directly from outer space into the deep ocean by meteorites. In the frigid depths where sunlight could not reach, another transformation was taking place. Hot mineral-rich fluids gushed from cracks in the Earth's crust, like underwater chimneys. The chemicals brought by meteorites mixed with these hydrothermal fluids, turning the surrounding seawater into a rich chemical soup. In this soup, Earth's earliest life, single-celled bacteria, quietly emerged. However, for the next few 100 million years, life seemed to be put on pause. Only these simple bacteria, no more complex organisms, appeared. Until 3.5 billion years ago, a turning point occurred in a shallow sea. Strange structures resembling miniature forests grew there. Stromatolites. They were actually skyscrapers built by bacteria. And these bacteria mastered a world-altering magic: photosynthesis. Like tiny chefs, they used sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water to cook Earth's first sugar. And the byproduct of this process was oxygen. At first, this oxygen simply dissolved into the seawater, turning iron in the water into rust that settled on the seabed, forming the iron ore we use for steel today. But gradually oxygen began to escape the ocean's surface, changing the entire atmosphere. Every breath we take should be thanked to these ancient bacteria. They spent 2 billion years silently oxygenating the Earth, while also gradually slowing Earth's rotation. The length of a day extended to 16 hours. The process of life requires such unimaginable patience. Time moved to 1.5 billion years ago. Earth had been revolving alone for 3 billion years. Looking around, there were no plants, no animals. The world was eerily silent. But beneath this silence, a force capable of reshaping the world began to awaken. Earth's skin was moving. The intense heat from the core pushed the crust to split into massive plates, carrying the precursors of continents. Those volcanic islands drifted slowly. After a long puzzle of 400 million years, Earth's first supercontinent Rodinia finally formed. Suitable temperatures, a 18-hour day-night cycle, an oxygen-rich atmosphere. Everything was ready, waiting for life to take center stage. But fate played a cruel joke on Earth. 750 million years ago, the Rodinia continent began to break apart. Heat currents from deep within the Earth tore open the crust. Carbon dioxide from volcanic eruptions was absorbed by newly exposed rocks. Greenhouse gases in the atmosphere drastically decreased. Earth's insulation layer disappeared. Temperatures plummeted to -50 degrees Celsius within thousands of years. From the equator to the poles, ice sheets spread with unstoppable force. The ice reflected sunlight back into space, making Earth progressively colder. Eventually, ice caps up to 3 kilometers thick tightly encased the entire planet. Earth became a dead icy ball. During 15 million years of being frozen, volcanic eruptions never ceased. Rocks covered by ice could not absorb carbon dioxide. These gases accumulated in the atmosphere, wrapping the Earth like a thick blanket. The greenhouse effect quietly restarts and the ice begins to melt. Even more remarkably, chemical reactions during the Ice Age produced vast amounts of oxygen. As the glaciers melted, this oxygen was released, paving the way for complex life to emerge. From a fiery hell to an icebound planet, and then to a cradle of life's revival. Earth's journey proves that life's resilience is beyond imagination. And what's about to come is a life explosion that will change the face of the world. Earth, frozen for 15 million years, finally awakens. 600 million years ago, temperatures rose, and the day extended to 22 hours. Oxygen-rich oceans created perfect conditions for a life explosion. Astonishingly, those primitive bacteria survived a cold that lasted 75 times longer than human history. They evolved silently in the deep sea, waiting for their chance to rise. 540 million years ago, the oceans transformed completely. The once monotonous water world suddenly became a live broadcast of an aquatic Hunger Games. Shelled Wewaxia crawled on the seabed. Trilobites patrolled like armored tanks, becoming the ancestors of future insects and scorpions. And the top predators of the time were the 60-centimeter-long Anomalocaris, equipped with large eyes, sharp teeth, and grasping limbs, making them max-level bosses in the ancient oceans. The most crucial players hid in the corners. The centimeter-long Pichia, its inconspicuous notochord, would become the blueprint for all vertebrates, including humans, and the origin of the spine. When we expected to find the ruins of life, we instead witnessed the wildest underwater rave in history. And a more significant question arose. With the oceans so lively, what about the silent land? Was incredible life also quietly taking root there? 460 million years ago, the land remained a desolate wasteland. The Gondwana continent below had a pleasant climate, suitable temperatures, and abundant oxygen, yet only scattered algae were visible with no signs of life. Deadly solar radiation struck the surface like death rays, turning the land into a no-go zone for life. But a turning point was quietly happening high above. Oxygen and solar radiation met at an altitude of 50 kilometers, and chemical reactions created ozone. After 120 million years of accumulation, this Earth's sunscreen finally became thick enough to filter out the deadly radiation. Under the protection of the ozone layer, the last obstacle to life's landing was cleared. The earliest pioneers of Earth, moss-like plants, finally took root on this new land. They not only gained a foothold, but also began to release more oxygen, paving the way for more complex life to land. 375 million years ago, a fish made a decision that changed the fate of the world. It tried to use its fins as legs, and poked its head out of the water. It was Tiktaalik, our true ancestor of programmers. In its fossil, scientists discovered an astonishing secret. Its neck could move, and its fins contained bone structures resembling limbs. This bizarre creature, half fish, half beast, became the key to opening the door to land. After 15 million years of evolution, the limbs of these tetrapods grew stronger, and they spent more time out of the water. Until 360 million years ago, they completely bid farewell to the aquatic realm, turned the land into a new home. starting with this fish struggling to crawl ashore. The entire terrestrial vertebrate family. Dinosaurs, birds, mammals, and ultimately our own human legend. The legend officially began. Earth 360 million years ago was like a kingdom built for giants. Imagine eagle-sized dragonflies whizzing overhead, 2-meter-long millipedes crawling underfoot, wolf-sized scorpions prowling through fern forests. This was Earth's age of giant insects. Thanks to the sky-high oxygen levels, these prehistoric giant insects had highly efficient respiratory systems, allowing them to grow to incredible sizes. And on land, a quieter revolution had been completed. The appearance of the first seed allowed plants to finally act like traveling suitcases with their own provisions. Moving away from water and expanding infinitely inland, tall fern forests released more oxygen, creating the perfect environment for complex life to survive. It was in these forests ruled by giant insects that a small creature named Limulus brought a world-changing invention. The egg, this small private pond with its own nutrients and water, allowed its offspring to completely escape dependence on water. From then on, the last lock on animals conquering land was broken. This unremarkable little lizard was the pioneer for all reptiles, including the ancestors of future dinosaurs and humans. 300 million years after giant insects ruled the earth, another revolution was brewing deep underground. Countless dead plants piled up, slowly transforming under high temperature and pressure into black ancient solar batteries. Coal. Every piece of coal we burn today holds the life energy of forests from 300 million years ago. While the surface was accumulating future energy, a thrilling survival battle was unfolding on the Siberian plains. 250 million years ago, dinosaurs had not yet appeared, but the land was dominated by giant reptiles. Tank-sized armored dinosaurs were grazing on vegetation. They were ancient relatives of turtles. But danger crept in silently. Gorgonops. This prehistoric apex predator was lurking. Its deadly saber teeth had already severely wounded its prey, and it was calmly waiting for the prey to bleed out. This perfect killing machine represented the pinnacle of the evolutionary chain at the time. Just as predators thought they ruled the land, they didn't know that a disaster brewing beneath their feet would reset the entire world. An abnormal heat wave from underground signaled that the planet was about to enter its darkest hour. Strange things were happening. The ground was getting hotter. There must be immense pressure beneath the surface. It was lava, but not an isolated volcano. The entire landscape was erupting. A massive mantle plume rose from deep within the earth, pushing magma through cracks in the crust to the surface. This lush paradise was turning into a lifeless hell. Just as predators thought they ruled the land, a true extinction event had quietly arrived. On the other side of the continent, warm snow at 20 degrees was falling. It was ash from volcanic eruptions 16,000 kilometers away. These deadly dust particles blocked sunlight, and along with sulfur dioxide turned into acid rain, corroding everything on the land. This was just the beginning. Volcanic eruptions continued, carbon dioxide levels soared. Global temperatures rose sharply. Oceans became oxygen depleted in the heat, turned an unsettling pink. Once vibrant water world, now only extremophile pink algae survive. And the deadliest killer has just awoken. A massive amount of methane sealed beneath the ocean floor, a greenhouse gas 20 times more potent than carbon dioxide, erupts from the melting seabed, pushing global temperatures to a terrifying 40 degrees. The creatures that once dominated Earth fall one by one in this 50,000-year hell mode. 95% of life is wiped out. The evolutionary clock is forced to zero. Earth, this newly blooming blue-green planet, becomes a dead inferno once again. 50 million years have passed since the first volcanic eruption. In this half-century, lava has been constantly pouring out. To date, it has covered an area the size of the United States. The lava layer is nearly 6 kilometers thick. 95% of life has been wiped out. Only a few creatures survive by burrowing and eating anything. This mass extinction reset the evolutionary clock. 250 million years ago, we are back at the beginning. Back on a lifeless planet. That's about it. 50 million years have passed since almost all life on Earth was wiped out. Earth has changed dramatically. It is now 200 million years ago. There is only one supercontinent called Pangaea, stretching from pole to pole. After the trauma of the mass extinction, Earth is healing. Temperatures are stabilizing, acid rain is neutralized, vegetation is recovering, with 95% of life on Earth wiped out. It has opened the door for a new species to emerge. A species that will dominate the planet in a way never seen before. Dinosaurs. These dinosaurs are called Plateosaurus. Like all dinosaurs, they evolved from the few reptiles that survived the mass extinction. They are 4.5 meters tall. Their size makes them slow and vulnerable. Are two Dilophosaurus. They are small and fast. One Dilophosaurus cannot take on a Plateosaurus, but two can. Dinosaurs have conquered the Earth, but no species can master this restless, unstable planet, where the crust is thinning, releasing lava, accompanied by earthquakes, as if being stretched by some unseen force. The same thing is happening to the future east coast of North America. The Earth's plates are moving again. 190 million years ago, the giant Pangea is splitting apart. A large piece of land has broken off, forming a new ocean, called the Tethys Sea. Located in the future Middle East, ocean currents push nutrients into coastal waters. These nutrients attract hundreds of millions of fish. Where life thrives, death also follows. Dead fish and plankton cover the seabed. Over the next 10 million years, rock layers will bury and heat these dead organisms. Ancient fish and plankton will turn into oil. Every liter of gasoline in our cars, every plastic product on Earth, the paint on our walls, the carpet under our feet, even the soap we use to wash ourselves all come from here. 180 million years ago, further west, the North American plate is still moving away from the Eurasian plate. This process is slow, about 2.5 centimeters per year, about the speed our fingernails grow. But if we fast forward, we can see a new ocean forming beneath our feet. And new continents. Montreal is moving away from Marseille. New York is moving away from West Africa. The world as we know it is taking shape. The rift between two continents is filled, forming a vast ocean, the Atlantic. And in the middle, a volcano. We've seen continents move before, knowing this is caused by currents deep within the Earth's crust. This process is happening there right now. The entire ocean floor is torn in two, pushed up into a ridge of mountains and volcanoes. It's taller than the Himalayas, and longer than the Rockies. The water here is hot. Lava is erupting from deep within the Earth. As the lava cools, it creates volcanic mountain ranges and new ocean floor, over millions of years. This process pushes the continents, tearing Pangea apart, and reshaping our world. It's this geological activity that makes Earth so dynamic, creative and unique. And whenever this planet reshapes itself, the creatures living on it must adapt and evolve. Like these, they are ichthyosaurs. Their reptile ancestors lived on land. But as the Earth changed, so did they. They grew fins and moved into the newly formed Atlantic. This one is 6 meters long and fast. Travels at about 40 kilometers an hour. It's the fastest creature in the ocean, the most efficient predator. It has ruled Earth's oceans for 50 million years. But now there's a new contender for the throne. The pliosaur. It's longer than a bus, and heavier than a truck. Its jaws are huge, 8 times more powerful than a great white shark's. With teeth at least 30 centimeters long, the Earth and the creatures living on it have become unrecognizable. Where there was once solid land, there is now the Atlantic Ocean. And right where we are standing, we once watched ankylosaurs graze and Dilophosaurs stalk. The world of the dinosaurs may have changed, but they still reign supreme. They seem invincible. 65 million years ago, they were among the most successful species on Earth. They survived volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and the splitting of continents. Dinosaurs had thrived for 165 million years. But nothing is invincible. Like us before bed, wanting to finish the story of Earth, but afraid of falling asleep with the phone on all night. You can try the soda music in the bottom left corner. It's Douyin mode. Plays even when the screen is locked, and can be set to turn off automatically. Guaranteed not to miss the next little guy to appear. That's a mammal. It evolved from the few mammals that survived the extinction event, 185 million years ago. It's also prey for the dinosaurs. That's why most mammals live in trees or underground, and come out at night. Mammals pose no threat to the dinosaurs. Nothing challenges their dominance. Nothing on Earth does. That's a space rock, a very big one. This asteroid is about 10 kilometers in diameter, bigger than Mount Everest. It's heading for the Gulf of Mexico, just off the Yucatan Peninsula. Everything happened too fast. In the blink of an eye, we'll miss this impact. Unless we slow down time. This will be a world-changing moment. Even at the moment of impact, the trailing edge of the asteroid is still nearly 11,000 meters up. the same altitude as commercial airplanes. The asteroid hits with tremendous force, destroying everything in its path. Even the asteroid itself vaporizes instantly. This impact releases the energy of millions of nuclear weapons. Nowhere is safe. Not even up here at high altitude. These boulders are some the size of entire city blocks. This is the shockwave radiating out from the impact zone, like shrapnel from a bomb blast. Minutes after the impact, thousands of kilometers from the asteroid's impact site, the Earth is under attack from all sides. Boulders rain down, earthquakes shake the ground. Tsunamis crash against the coasts. But this is only the beginning of the onslaught. Plumes of lava and dust spread out, consuming the planet. The entire sky is like a giant sun lump. The Earth's surface is now 275 degrees Celsius. Vegetation spontaneously combusts, even months after the impact. Smoke and dust still block out the sun. Without sunlight, plants are dying. And the animals that feed on them are starving. Faced with this cataclysm, it's hard to imagine any life surviving. 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs suffered an explosion, a barrage of rock and fire. The dinosaurs' 165 million year reign came to an end. But the dinosaurs' extinction provided an opportunity for another species. Mammals. They survived the heat and fire by living underground, and they thrived by eating anything, while other picky eaters died out. These were the unlikely heirs to the dinosaur throne. One story ends, another begins. Will this be our chance, our time? Will the next chapter belong to us? The dinosaurs are long gone and the Earth is at peace. In this new world, our mammalian ancestors are evolving. 47 million years ago, in this lake in what is now Germany, should be a prime spot to find them. This is unlike any mammal we've seen before. It has larger eyes and a larger brain. This is Darwinius Mausilii arida. She doesn't look much like us at all. But fossil evidence from our time tells us that creatures like this could evolve into monkeys, apes, and eventually humans. We are looking back 47 million years of evolution, tracing it back to what may be one of our earliest known ancestors. This lake sits in a crater, spewing toxic gases. Now, this lake that killed her will preserve her in its oxygen-depleted depths. One day when the lake dries up, and Ida becomes a fossil in stone, we, her descendants, will find her, and in this primitive primate, recognize the beginning of our own story. The story of human life. Now we are one step closer to understanding how everything we see, from ocean bacteria to walking fish and burrowing rodents, ultimately leads to us, and how our planet was formed. 47 million years ago, the atmosphere was very similar to what we have today. The temperature was 24 degrees Celsius. A day lasted nearly 24 hours. The Earth we see today is almost identical to the planet we call home. Almost. Almost. The Earth's plates are moving again, carrying continents. This time India is moving north, towards Asia. The Indian and Asian plates are locked in a titanic struggle. Neither plate is gaining the upper hand. Both plates begin to buckle. What was once the seabed is thrust upwards along a 2,400-kilometer fold. A colossal mountain range rises 1,500 meters high, 4,500 meters, now over 8,000 meters. These are the Himalayas. And there is the highest peak, Mount Everest. Its summit pierces the Earth's jet stream at the same altitude as a passenger jet. When the snows on its peaks melt, they feed great rivers: the Ganges, the Indus, the Yangtze, and the Yellow River. The Himalayas are like a giant water tower. One day, their rivers will provide water for nearly half the world's population. 20 million years ago, this was our planet. Every continent, every ocean as we know it. But one thing was missing. As humans, for humans to evolve, somewhere something had to change. Along the East African coast, between the plates that make up the Earth's crust, a vast rift valley is forming. 4 million years ago, this rift valley stretched for nearly 6,000 kilometers. Along its edges, mountains are rising. Look closely. That looks like an ape, not a human. They might have stayed in these trees forever. But their world is changing. The rising mountains must have been like a wall of rock, preventing moisture from the Indian Ocean from crossing the land. The weather grew hotter and drier. The dense rainforest gave way to arid savanna. A new, Hotter climate destroyed the habitat of these creatures, forcing them to travel further to find food. No longer walking on all fours like apes, they stood up and walked on two legs. This was the most important step in the story of humankind. These mountains along the East African coast may be the reason we walk on two legs. It seems incredible that the random movement of two plates could have triggered a chain of events that ultimately led to the emergence of the first humans, a man and a child. This could be a scene from our own time. But this is 1.5 million years ago. This is an early human species called Homo erectus. These are the first footprints like ours in history. Our journey is almost complete, but our ancestors still had their own journey to make. Out of Africa, the climate is changing again. 70,000 years ago, sea levels are falling. The distance between Africa and the Arabian Peninsula shrinks to just 13 kilometers. The Red Sea becomes narrow and shallow enough for this small group to cross and leave Africa. This is another human species that emerged later, called Homo sapiens. They made it across. Scientists believe that everyone outside of Africa today descends from these approximately 200 individuals. Over time, our ancestors bred and spread into India, Asia and Europe. But as humans migrated north, a colossal wall of ice was spreading south. It seems our planet and the creatures that live on it are about to have another head-on collision. Europe 40,000 years ago, our Homo sapiens ancestors arrived to find a world in rapid flux. The weather was growing colder. It should have been midsummer, but frost gripped the plants. The rivers had frozen over. Now natural changes in Earth's orbit, carbon dioxide levels and the flow of warm ocean currents combined to lower global temperatures. The Earth and its inhabitants were entering an ice age. Much of the northern hemisphere was covered by ice sheets up to 2.5 kilometers thick. This was a bridge connecting two continents, a gateway leading humanity from Asia into a new world. Now 14,000 years ago, as the ice retreated, it revealed a very different northern hemisphere. 6,000 years ago, the ice had retreated to the poles. After a journey of 4.5 billion years, this is our world, our time. From the skies above us, to the basic element of life, water to the land beneath our feet, and life itself, a spectacular outcome forged by a string of chance disasters and coincidences. But the Earth's story does not end here. Much has happened, but there is more to come. The Earth will exist for at least another 4.5 billion years. What wonders await? What horrors? What strange creatures? As for the next chapter in Earth's story, it is yet to be written.